Hey, how's it going? Do I have audio? There we go. Camera's being weird. It like froze when I just turned it on and then it came on okay, so just making sure. Yeah, just gotta get it straight there. Okay, yeah, my mic stand. My camera stand is actually a mic stand, so it's like repurposed. I had a cheap mic stand and I didn't want to buy one like for my camera, so it's a little bit wobbly, but it works as long as I just get it set. The reason I make these videos, if you're new, is just to show you my songwriting process. So I just write a whole bunch of original Christian rock. I just come up with stuff and improvise everything and put it together. So that's what I'm going to do. Usually before I come on, I'll figure out a riff or something like that, or a chord progression. I think I'm just going to do a really simple thing, kind of in line with the last song I did. I'm going to do a B major up here to an A, and then I'll just go like C sharp, A, F sharp. But like power chords. I think that'll be like what I call my chorus part. And then the verse, I'm thinking I'm just going to palm mute and do a really easy thing. And this will just be kind of fast paced. I'm thinking like this for the tempo. That drum loop you're hearing is just keeping time for me until I actually play a part, which I'm going to do later. I always like to do the guitars first, so I just do a left and a right guitar, dub over top of that if I want to, just come up with like little leads and stuff. Then I'll usually do a guitar solo, bass guitar, then drums, then vocals, and that's just the way I like to work. I guess we'll just get started. So here comes the left guitar. The left side's done. I actually screwed up the last chorus because I was just like zoning out, but I just listened to it to remember what I actually did, and I'm just going to keep it. That's the nice thing about writing originals. No one knows if you actually screwed up unless you tell them on camera. Okay, I'm going to dub what I just did on the right side. I did the right side, and I completely didn't play exactly what I played on the left side. I just started playing, and I was like, yeah, you know what, I'm going to do some stuff, so I just did. I got like a fuzz pedal on, and I'm going to do some lead stuff like that, just probably right over the whole song. I'm going to do another one. So I turned that one down, put some delay on it. I'm going to do the same to this side when I'm done, but I think I'm just going to do like a really easy tapping thing. So something like that. Okay, I got a bunch of noise going on here, so I'm going to improvise the guitar solo over the third verse, and it's, just D major, easy stuff. Here goes. Guitar solo's done. I'm going to do a bass guitar part. I'm just going to improvise some stuff around the chords. So the bass part's done. I'm going to record the drums now. So I wiped out the drum loop. I'm going to sit down and start tracking drums. And yeah, then I'll see if I want to do vocals or not. Okay, so the drums are finished. I was just messing around with some melody ideas. I came up with something I think works pretty well. Put down some lyrics, and I'm just going to try and go through it. Walking out all alone tonight on the streets goodbye. Going down on this road I've known, but only to drive. Take a chance who would ever know, now we all decide. Doesn't matter much, if you hold pride. What it goes to side tomorrow's another day, but I know the outcome's so okay. So the vocals are done, and the lyrics are going to be in the description box if you want to check those out. It's Christian rock, like I said. The lyrics sometimes might seem a little bit just vague or something like that, but it's like a lot of times it's like a personal thing, or maybe I'm singing about a situation, so don't read too much into them, because other times I just literally put words in to fit the line, so hey. Up above, you're going to see where you can purchase and stream my music, so if you see the online retailer you use, iTunes, Amazon, Spotify, etc. Go to it, type my name in the search bar just as you see it on the YouTube channel, and you'll find me. And then up above that, you're going to see PastorMelissaScott.com. So the reason I put that there is just because I realize it's really hard to find good teaching anymore these days. This is really good teaching. Pastor Melissa Scott, Pastor's Faith Center in Glendale, California. She took over from her late husband, Dr. Gene Scott. I give this little spiel every time, but basically, really awesome teaching. Her and her husband combined, there's got to be like 50 plus years there of solid Bible teaching without bringing in subjective ideas and denominational stuff. They just read the text for what it is and say what it is. They go into translations, historical context, grammar, you name it, and it's just fantastic. So I can't say enough about it. They do a lot of teaching on faith. They do a lot of teaching on things like giving and stuff, and these things are really boogered up by the modern church world. English itself, when you do the translations, even has like some things. I always talk about how faith or belief or believe or whatever in the English is actually pisteo, pistis in the Greek. It's an action verb. Belief doesn't cover it, or faith doesn't really cover it. It's an action based upon belief sustained by confidence, and it's an ongoing continuous action verb, and you're the one performing said action. So it's kind of like if you're really faithing in God and you should force it into a verb, you could come up with all kinds of analogies for this. I was doing a thing with my sunglasses even, but let's change it. So like, I believe that a parachute would slow me down so I don't die when I hit the ground if I jump out of a plane. I can sit on the ground and believe that all day, but faithing is you up in the plane hopping out. You continue doing that. That's the action based upon the belief that the parachute can slow you down, and it's sustained by confidence. So as you keep jumping out of planes and you keep getting slowed down and not dying, that's faithing in the parachute versus just believing it can work. The thing is, it's also ongoing and continuous. So you continue actively faithing your whole life. Once saved, always saved, shoved out right there. You continue faithing your whole life. So when they're talking about how you're saved by faith alone, it's an ongoing continuous action verb. So to meet that criteria, you have to ongoing continuously be faithing. And also don't get confused by the action component thinking it's a works thing, because you're not saved by works. When I say action, what I'm talking about is you keep holding on to the promises of God and keep actively trusting. So it's not necessarily action as in I have to do good works, like that's going to do anything for me. Only what Jesus did on the cross redeems us, atones for us, does anything. Nothing we can do. Salvation is a free gift from God. And the thing is, when I'm talking about like this action component, what I'm saying is like if there's a circumstance or anything coming at you, you continue holding on to the promises of God, even if said circumstance doesn't look like, you know, you're going to get through it or whatnot. Keep trusting God regardless. So you have anything happen to you, whether it be just like people mocking you, all the way up to people like holding a gun to your head, keep trusting God. And hopefully that doesn't happen, but just hypothetical. Regardless, keep trusting God, keep actively faithing. That's what is being said. There's other stuff, like I mentioned the giving thing. I mention this all the time because the modern church world screws giving up so bad. It's almost like painful to watch. So most places are doing things where they would appeal to you and say, oh, we need the money for this, or we're going to use it for this charity, or whatever. That's not the right reason for giving. The reason for giving is recognition of God's authority. So when you receive teaching in the Word, you recognize God's Word being preached, and as a testimony that you value God's Word more than anything else, including your own money, because it's not your money. Everything belongs to God. You give to the teacher who taught you in the Word. You share jointly. You jointly participate, because that's what koinonia means. King James translates it into communicate, which is just an abysmal translation. It's jointly participate with the teacher who taught you in the Word, giving of material things. So if you read Galatians 6, it's talking about that. That whole thing where it says you reap what you sow and that sort of thing, people put that and apply it to all kinds of other things. It's actually right after he's talking about sharing with the teacher who teaches you in the Word. You're sowing to the spirit versus the flesh by participating with the teacher who teaches you in the Word. Like, people like to take things out of context all the time, but that's what it's actually talking about. Giving is really super important to God. Look at the woman with the alabaster box. Jesus actually says, anywhere the gospel's preached, tell what this woman has done for me. So go look up that, figure out what it is, because that's about giving. It's about recognizing God's provision, God's authority, and all of that. So yeah, they do a lot of teaching on that, on the faith thing, because those are like the main areas that are really, really boogered up. So yeah. Anyway, check it out. Awesome stuff. I can't say enough about it. That's why I continue to just have that in my description box. If you like my stuff, subscribe, like, comment, share, and I'll keep making it. Song's coming up right now, so see you later. Thanks for watching. Bye.